Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Welcome to Spinsters, a podcast where we don't settle for anyone's dusty ass son. I'm Jordan Liggins, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear this interview, this conversation, all the laughs that I have with Lexi Brown, the shooting guard from the WNBA's Chicago Sky. She is your favorite shooter's favorite shooter. She's a bucket. We know this. There was a slight problem with my audio, completely my fault, but Lexi's so funny that you don't even notice. Here's Lexi. Well, Lexi, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Oh, no, I've never had to introduce myself before. Hi, I'm Lexi Brown. I play on the Chicago Sky, and yeah, that's it.
Perfect. That's what we do at Spitzers because we know it makes people uncomfortable, and we kind of love it.
I wish I was prepared. I would have just had all my achievements and accomplishments on my notes and just read them out.
I mean, we only have limited time. I feel like that would have taken up the whole time of just reading.
Gather around your speakers, hoop heads. It's NBA story time. Jamel Johnson here to spin you tales of NBA shenanigans you didn't know you needed to know. Like that time when a little startup league tried anything to be relevant. Or when Ricky Davis earned himself a dumb nickname. I also love you, Ricky Davis. Catch a new tale on NBA Storytime every week, then listen to the post-game where I break it down with comedians, ballers, and what have you. Find NBA Storytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So I just have random things to talk to you about because that's the best part of everything.
I love it.
First thing I have to say, the shirt that you wore of not settling for anyone's dusty ass son. One, how can I get it? Two, how is it going not settling for the dusty ass sons? Because they are dusty out here.
They're the dustiest I've ever seen in my life. The website is tagged in the picture on my Instagram.
Okay.
And I don't think it's available in white anymore because I got it like a while ago because Kehlani posted it. The singer, he posted it on her page one day and I was like, I need that shirt. I bought it immediately and I just wore it from time to time. And then I just was like, you know what? I need to get a picture in this shirt. So I took it. The picture came out so cute. It upset some of the men's out there. I was like, if you're not dusty, then this doesn't apply to you. So if the shoe fits, you better wear it and fix the dust. But not settling for dusty is, it's nice. You know, I'm not stressed out, but
right.
Getting up there, almost 30, I'd like to not be single anymore. I've been single for so long, but I have so many other things I'm focused on. And, I've spent this last year, like really taking care of myself and identifying things that, haven't been right internally. So I've been glowing and growing and, I love that for me, but
yes.
The dusties. Come on, y'all.
The dusties. Can we call them dust bunnies? I just thought of that right now.
Bunnies. Jeez, I'm just over it. It's like a collective. We're all like, look at the material. What is going on here?
Right? And I love them getting upset because it's like, all right, you're calling yourself out.
I didn't say you were dusty. I just said, I don't want anybody that is dusty. So if you took offense to that, then you must think you're dusty.
Right. So, and we are not settling over here, settling for nothing. So I love that. I need it. I love how it was a PSA and everyone needed to hear it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to get that much attention, honestly, but I'm glad it did, The dusties, we're watching y'all. We're watching you.
Did anyone try to slide into the DMs or into the mentions being like,
oh yeah, I'm not
dusty. Yikes.
I'm not dusty. Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Noted.
Noted. Bye.
No, with that though, I think one of my favorite things is how active you are on Twitter. You are one of my favorite follows. And my favorite thing is that you said 75% of the people don't even know you're a WNBA player. What are the craziest, like, what do they say that makes you think that?
Well, it's like when I talk basketball, it's like people come on my page or like they respond to my tweets and they're like trying to like educate me. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. And like the thing about me on Twitter is I stopped going back and forth with so many people because I like, who are these people? I don't know who these people are. 90% of the time they're coming from a fake page with no name and no picture. So I stopped interacting so much with those people. And then secondly, I'm just like, I don't want to go, I like hate arguing with like just opinions when there's like numbers and stats that like literally prove what I just said, but then people want to come on and be like, well, I think that.
Oh my God.
Where is the evidence? Show me some numbers. Please come correct, because I will kill you on Twitter with facts. So it's like, but people are like, wow, how does she know so much about basketball? But I mean, but like, oh, because a woman can't know, just love basketball. Like the fact that I'd be like, by the way, I play professionally my whole life. That's why I know so much. But in case y'all didn't know, but no, I like noticed that like recently. I was like, yeah, I don't think anybody really knows that I actually like play.
And it's like, do they care? Because if they're not doing the research of the topic at hand, they're probably not even clicking on your profile to see that you are a WNBA player.
And I'm not really the type that's like broadcasting like, oh my gosh, I'm a WNBA player. Oh my gosh, I'm a WNBA player. Like sometimes even when I meet new people like out, I lie about what I do. But
wait, what do you say? What are some of the fake ones? Because I do that too. Anytime I say I'm a journalist, somebody's cousin is an up and coming musician that all of a sudden I need to interview. So I started to lie. But what are some of the lies?
Sometimes I just say I'm in between jobs.
Ooh.
I'm unemployed at the moment. Sometimes I say I'm on my gap year in college because, you know, some people think I'm like still in college.
Nice. That's a good one.
Because they're like, oh yeah, you know, like you've been around the world. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been in Europe before. Oh my God, what were you doing in Europe? And I'm like, traveling. I'm traveling. It's my gap year. You know, I'm still in school, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's a good one. And I feel like just as Black women, we could probably use that for the next like 20 years because they're still going to think we're in school. I thought someone the other day thought I was in high school. I was like,
girl, a high schooler thought I was in high school. I was like, how dare you?
I know. It's like, there's a line.
But dang. He was in high school and I was like, he's like, yeah, how old are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm 26. He's like, oh my gosh, I thought you were in high school. I was like,
bye.
Almost smacked him across his face. How dare you?
Oh, young, innocent person. No, I'm a grown woman.
I'm almost 30. Damn it.
We round up here. I am mature and almost 30. How dare you? But when it's like an advantage, like the gap year thing, then that's when you can play into it. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Keep it, broad and
broad. Don't ask any questions. I try to make the jobs as like easy to like talk about and explain.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a financial something. I'm like, oh, what do you do? And then I'm stuck. So I do something very normal, but the whole I'm in between jobs, they don't ask questions. So like, oh, you have a job, and then it's over.
Ooh, that's where you got them. Like, pull on the sympathy. Like, that's why you have to buy me dinner.
So just hang out. And then the conversation is over after that.
It's over. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. But going back to Twitter real quick, we're going to play a game. It's not really a game. I kind of just made it up. But you ask amazing questions on Twitter. It's like my favorite thing because I feel like I'm in your mind and these are real questions that we have to talk about. So I feel like since they've emerged out of your drafts that you have some thoughts on them. So I'm going to read some off and we're going to go through them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Number one, Y'all split the bill when you go out to eat with your friends. Tell me your thoughts here, because I have some thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, there are levels to your friend groups, right? You have like your besties that, when you're going out to eat, we're sharing everything. We're ordering all the appetizers. We're getting 3 bottles of wine. Like, you have that group. You split the bill evenly with this group. We're going to have fun, have a good time. It might be like 3 to 6 of us, maybe.
Okay.
Then you have like your, casual friends. Maybe it's like you and your really good friend and like their friends and then like their friends. But like if you're vibing, we're splitting the bill evenly. Like if we're all vibing, we all drinking, like we're all sharing. Like I think it's all about the vibes. But then like if you have like a big this is where it gets tricky, like birthday dinner, things like that, where you
I avoid those like the plague.
Multiple friend groups. I feel like then you can like pay for your own stuff, or you pay for everybody. Cause I did that for my birthday. I was like, you're coming to my dinner. It's all taken care of. Y'all just show up and don't ruin my birthday. So that is my preferred method when it comes to birthday dinners.
Yes.
But I think it's just easier. And the waiter doesn't give you, and then every time you ask to split it individually, the waiter's like, well,
they hate it.
Why not? Why can't you give people the check for what they bought? Like, I don't understand. So me feeling that way about just dividing it evenly came from being annoyed with the waiters. Divide it up. And then I've been to a dinner recently where one friend paid for it and then we just all cash apped her at the table. And it was like, but some people don't like that either, which I understand because some people be like, oh, I'll cash app you. And then
they never do. So my trick with that is I just request it right then and there. I'm going to request it. So you are getting that notification. It is right there. It's on your phone. Don't forget. So I'm glad you broke it down for the levels of friendship, because if it's you're really good friends, I don't care. If you order steak, I ordered salad, like it doesn't matter. We're having fun. We all agreed to come out. But then when it's getting into people that you don't really know like that, and you ordered 3 drinks and I just had 1, then it's like, I'm going to break it down and make sure I'm just paying for my things.
No, I agree with that. But I don't really go out to dinner with people like that. Like now that I'm a little older, dinners is like, I love going out to eat. I love going to dinner. I love going to brunch. So I like make sure I'm with the people that will eat a lot, share with me, and I'll share with them. And then they want to drink bottomless mimosas 3 hours.
Wow, that's a brunch. Let me get an invite to that next time. I promise we can split it evenly. I promise.
Okay. That's my only rule. Or don't come.
Don't come.
If you're not trying to split the bill and run it up, don't show up. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Noted. Going off of that though, you had another one. Do y'all tip your Uber Eats or DoorDash drivers 15% every time? What are your thoughts on this?
First of all, it depends on what I order.
Fair.
Honestly. But it's like, because there's certain times where it's like, is it the restaurant's fault? Is it the driver's fault? I don't think that they should make you tip before you get your food.
1,000%.
They don't make you do that when you get an Uber driver.
And they don't make you do that at a restaurant. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what if my food comes in, it's all like nasty and messed up? I'm not tipping the driver, because if they know that, like I've like gotten so many like Uber Eats deliveries and it's like the order's wrong, I'm missing stuff. Like it says it's coming in 20 minutes. It comes in 45. Like, so why do I have to, and it's just a service. I ordered noodles and company yesterday before the game and it was supposed to come in 20 minutes. That's why I ordered it. It came in 45. I mean, it came like when it needed to come, but then it was like the possible $12. I paid like $22 before the tip because of all the service charge delivery thing. I almost just starved yesterday because I was like,
I'd rather starve than pay the fees.
Like the fees are more than the meal, but yeah, I tip like 10 to 15% depending on like what I order. And if I'm like being like, if it's like down the street, I'll pay them like a little bit more because I'm like, they're probably like, this girl is down the street from this place. Why didn't she go get it herself?
Wait, that's so funny. The closer it is, the more you tip. Just
like,
for the judgment.
You really didn't have to like do that. But at that point I can like pick it up. But like I've used Uber Eats and DoorDash way less.
Mm-hmm.
I used it a lot when we were in the bubble. And
I bet. What was that like? Did you have to like bring it all to a central location? Was that like a meetup spot?
Like a table outside with like Clorox wipes and stuff, and they just left it outside at the table.
I bet everybody was doing that because
the table was full every day, just a BS. Like, are these athletes living in here? It was like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, pizza, like
oh, dang.
So, like it was just nonsense. But I'm like, the girls are stressed, so we're eating. The girls hate it here, so we're eating whatever we feel like eating.
As you should. I empower you to do that. But I totally agree with you on this point. There are a lot of factors. One time I ordered Chick-fil-A and it was a person on a bike and my food was cold because not only did it take them twice as long, but the breeze from riding a bike made my food cold and I was mad. There's
certain things that I just can't order from Uber Eats if I know it's like, if it's kind of far or it's going to take a while. Like, well, there is a Chick-fil-A like around the corner. So I probably would order it, but it's like, sometimes you just, when you eat the fries right out the bag, like I need that.
Nothing like it. Yeah. That's how Popeyes is too. Popeyes will 5,000% be cold by the time they deliver it.
Absolutely.
No matter the distance. Why our people are like that, I don't know. But it is what it is.
Oh, it's always cold. But yeah, I wouldn't let you, being an Uber Eats driver, that's not even anything I would like want to do. Only because all the responses were like, never. I never tip. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are...
no.
So like, you want more money, then don't be an Uber Eats driver. I'm like, fair, but that's rude. Tip the drivers.
That is rude. Oh, okay. See, we're not saying we're not tipping at all. It's just, it depends.
People in my replies like, never.
Oh,
like, that's terrible karma and it will come to get you. You don't know how. It's going to maybe be something tiny, but it's going to be because you didn't tip your Uber Eats driver.
oh my God. People are terrible. They really are.
They really are. But restaurants are getting smarter now too, though. I know this is my Uber Eats, but restaurants, they add the tip in the check. I'm like, that's not fair either, because I've been having some below average service lately and the tip is already included. So
they don't got to work for it. So they're just like, it's already in there. I could do whatever I want.
I'm a great tipper because I know that job is not easy. So
that's probably the number one job I could never do. Like I could never be a waitress. Like I'm not built for it. And so I admire them.
One time I'm spitting in your food. The end. Don't be rude. Like I hate when I hear people that are rude. And I've even caught myself sometimes being rude about things that's like not even their fault. But actually, she might not like me telling this story, but I won't say her name. I was just at dinner with a bunch of my friends and a really nice dinner, a steakhouse.
Oh.
And my friend ordered like one of the most expensive steaks like on the menu because she was like, oh my gosh, I want you guys to try this. Like it's so, the way they bring it out, like the way it looks, it's like so good, da 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 da. So she orders it and like our food's coming out and they bring her like a regular filet, right? So she like cuts into it and I looked at it and I was like, that looks kind of regular. So she's eating and she's like, this is not what I ordered. Like, this is not like what it is. Like, this is not what I'm supposed to be eating. So the waiter comes back and she's like, am I tripping or is this not what I ordered? And he's like, oh, no. Like, it's not, like, we ran out. And then he was like, so we just brought this to you. And he like walked off. And we were like, he was trying to get one over on us because he probably didn't think we knew what we was about to eat. So we felt some type of way. And then he gave us like so many free desserts because he knew he got caught. Because like, it was like, the steaks were like, it was like $40, $50 difference. So
no.
Like, what are you? And then the bill comes and the tip is already included because he would have gotten no tip from me after doing that. Because what are you doing? Scam. Yeah. And she was like, he didn't think I knew what this steak was. Like, how dare you? Like, what?
See, so there are waiters and waitresses like that, but I just went out when we were in Vegas for Summer League just this past weekend. We had an amazing waiter. Like some that like live for this. They're just like, do you need anything? Yeah. They're filling your water every second. They're like, what are we celebrating tonight? Like there are some, I just love people that love their job.
Great too. So when he did that, we were like,
yeah.
Oh,
we thought you were a good one.
I know, but then the tip was already included and we were like, oh, and we didn't even say anything about it to him, but we were like, that was not cool.
That was not. No. It was at least the free desserts kind of, did it make up for it a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
But he still would have got his tip back. That got him knocked down a couple percentages. It's too late. It was already at it.
It's too late. Oh my. Well, clearly Lexi has restaurant stories for days. days and days and days.
I love to eat. I stay at a restaurant. Literally, because I don't cook. So.
Oh, me neither. That's a different conversation. I'm not even gonna go there. But okay, next one. Do y'all ever wonder if someone is using your pictures to catfish people? Great question.
There's a reason why I said that.
Okay, let's hear it.
On Instagram, who is like messaging me like we have had prior conversations like on a different platform and like it was interrupted. So he's like moving to Instagram to be like, I don't know what's going on over here, but I'm just letting you know that like I'm good on Instagram. So like, what's up? And then he had someone else message me like, yo, my boy is trying to get in contact with you. Here's his page.
You guys can't see her face right now, but it's perfect.
He's like literally in my messages talking to himself. Like we know each other and have had conversations. So that's what provoked that question.
So you think someone's out there using your photos?
Yeah, but I don't know. And a lot of my friends have like fake pages.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. People are weird. I just couldn't imagine doing something like that to somebody. Like, what are you getting out of this? I mean, I love the show Catfish. I don't really like it as much now because I'm like, okay, 2021, why are we still getting catfish?
Right? Like, we're BS.
Years ago, like when it first started, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Right? But I wonder if you could ask, what's his name? Neve? Is his name Neve? Yeah, like, reverse it. Like, if he can find your catfish.
Yeah, that would be funny. I would love to see like, I don't know. I can't even imagine. Like you can take anybody's pictures and be whoever you want to be on the internet, and that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Like people shouldn't be that gullible, but they are.
Would you catfish as anyone else? If you were like, what NBA player would you catfish as?
Oh, I wouldn't. I don't have like. My mind doesn't work like that. Like I could not pretend to be somebody else. Like I'll be like the little egg on Twitter before I put someone else's picture on Twitter. Like I'll just be an unknown thing. Fake person. Like
hey, that because it's a dicey game because you couldn't be like LeBron. And then it's like, okay, you have 4 followers. Like this, this doesn't make sense.
Message, and it was like the username was like, I am Nicki Minaj or something, and it was like, hi, I'm Nicki Minaj. I'm just on my private page, but can you send me some money or something? why would Nicki Minaj need money from me? Like,
all right, they didn't think that one through.
That. Why would Nicki Minaj be asking us for money? Or Beyonce? I've seen Beyonce too. Like,
oh, okay.
That's what you're trying to do is pretend to be Nicki Minaj and Beyonce and get money. Or someone's like, "Pay, I have a concert coming." Some craziness.
Wow.
And I'm sure it works sometimes because people are just.
And they're like, yeah, I just gave Beyonce like $10. She really needed it.
And I hope their friends are like, you fool.
I'm better friends that are like, don't do this.
Send money to strangers on the internet. Please.
This episode of Spinsters is brought to you by Sonos. The Sonos Move is their premium portable smart speaker for listening all around your home and outdoors. I just got a Sonos Move. I love it so much. I don't know how I lived without it. Neither does my roommate. We take it all the time. From my room up to the roof when we want to relax. We take it outside when we're doing gardening. You can take it all around the house. The battery life is wonderful and the sound is super clear. I also don't love clunky technology, but this looks great. I put it right next to my candles and plants, and it looks sleek and wonderful. Discover speakers for all around your home and beyond at Sonos.com, including Move and the all-new Roam. This latest portable addition to the Sonos system is smart, lightweight, waterproof, and ready for any adventure. So start yours now at Sonos.com.
So, another question for you. Have you heard, I actually just read that Jack Harlow is coming out with a new song called Lexi Brown.
Oh my gosh, I would die. I love Jack Harlow. If you obviously know I do. But
please tell me why. Because
I've liked him so the song was popping, obviously was like the song that like blew him up.
Yeah.
But it blew him up like kind of like nowhere near where he is like right now. But when that song came out, I had like heard him. He like come up on my Apple Music a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this white kid rapping? And actually, no, the funny thing is I think I heard his song. I didn't know he was white, even though all his album covers are his face. I should have paid attention.
Yeah, you're like,
he's kind of nice.
It's a catfish.
He's a catfish. All his old music, like I love all his old music from like 2018, 2017, whatever. And he was kind of like goofy looking, but something about him, I was like, oh, he's kind of cute in a goofy little dorky way. But like now he like fine.
Big time.
And now everybody's like, oh, Jack Harlow. And I was like, remember, y'all wasn't there from the beginning like me. Y'all wasn't there. But I saw him in concert. Well, it wasn't a concert. He had like an appearance at a club in Miami. And I was there and I saw him and he was like literally like, I could like grab his little curls from where I was. where our section was and their section was like, I have a picture of it, like a weirdo. And I almost like wanted to talk to him, but I was like, no. Whatever.
Why not? Well, what would you say? Here, you can practice on Spinsters. What you would say?
Well, I couldn't be like, hi, Jack Harlow, because he would think I was like a fan. So I was like,
no, you're like, oh, it's Jack, right?
Jack Harlow, right? I love you. No,
Playing it cool.
Really good. He's a really good performer. I enjoyed his performance, but he's dope. His personality is hilarious. I like watch his interviews and stuff. So the obsession is real. And I like
watch all his interviews. I like know where he lives, and I'm like, he's not one fan.
I know like he doesn't drink alcohol. I know he doesn't smoke. He doesn't do a lot of things. He be chilling. He went on that show have you watched that show when they eat like the hot wings?
Oh yes, Hot Ones. That's a good one.
That was like my favorite interview of his thus far. And I love that. I want to go on that one day, but I'm not interested yet. Maybe in a few years.
You'll get there. I mean, we could pull out some hot wings right now.
They're so delicious.
They do. I have a horrible bar of like spiciness, so I don't think I would make it past. I would last like 3 seconds on that.
They were like crying and stuff. I'm like, I want to do it.
Put it out there in the universe that you
Jack Harlow first.
Yes.
Hot Wings interview. Yes.
Doesn't he play basketball too? Does he play basketball?
He tries.
Oh.
Because usually when I see a person try and play sports and they're bad at it, I'm like, oh, I can't. But for him, I don't care.
Now, like, the roles can reverse and you can slide into his DMs and be like, oh, you want to play one-on-one?
I tag him in my stories all the time. He never sees them. So whatever, Jack. One day. I want him to walk up on me like he walked up on Sweetie on the red carpet.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
I would melt.
Well,
I mean, he was like, hi, Sweetie. Oh, smooth. He's smooth. So that's how.
Okay. Let's think for a second. How can we make this happen? Do you know any mutual friends? Do you know, like, can he go to a game?
My teammate Dana went to Louisville and he's from there, and she like talks about him like he'd be around a lot. So I'm like, Dana.
Come on, Dana.
Come on.
And Haley, my co-host, she's from Louisville.
Yeah.
Kentucky. Okay.
Connection.
Maybe we go to Kentucky.
I was transferred to Louisville and I didn't. And now I'm like, why didn't I go to Louisville? Maybe I could have met Jack.
Wow. Wow. Don't beat yourself up about that, because that might have been your best shot.
Just kidding, guys. I love the fact that I went to Duke. Okay. Thank you.
Just kidding. Go Duke.
Put that up right now. I'm so happy I went to Duke. Okay. I'm just gonna keep tagging him in my stories, and hopefully one day.
That's a good
I'll
one.
just run into him casually.
I think that I
don't know where, but
because wasn't he at I'm gonna sound dumb. Lollapalooza?
Oh yeah, Lala, yeah.
Lollapalooza.
Go, but we couldn't finesse VIP tickets again. We finessed them for one night. We saw Miley Cyrus, and it was great.
Oh, is she doing okay? I hope she's
great.
All right. Okay,
she's
great.
A rock star now.
Great.
She's a great performer. We loved it. I loved it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, Jack Harlow was like the day after or something, and we couldn't go. And I was sad. But it was okay because I already saw him in Miami at the club. So
okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a part, like, hey, I'm Lexi, you're Jack, right? Like, we were at that club in Miami.
And he was in there with Tyler Hero, and he performs the song, and Tyler Hero was like in the section recording, like,
oh my God.
Oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, he was rapping and Tyler was like,
I mean, Tyler Hero is just on cloud nine that he has a song named after him already.
Like, I just want that from Jack. Jack, love you like you love Tyler Hero. I did tweet that, and everyone was like, what? Yes, everybody. I do like Jack Harlow, okay? Everyone calm down. Everyone
calm down. That's some great fandom right there. That's wonderful. I support you in your pursuit.
How we never hear this?
We will personally send Jack Harlow this. Just this clip. We're gonna clip it out. We're gonna tag him, and we're gonna shoot our shot. That's all we're doing.
I tried the same thing when I was on a different podcast with Complex with Drake, and did not work. Drake will notice me one day because he does enjoy women's basketball. So he says. So one day when I'm finally playing well and playing, maybe he'll notice me.
Oh, Drizzy. He's he's pulling up on high school games and dating moms.
Can you go to a WNBA game? You don't watch these little kids run around. Like, no.
You just gotta send them some Lexi merch.
I know those highlights are nice, but I've watched high school. I don't care how good they are. It's still high school basketball, and it's still
rough. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have you watched like a high school girls basketball game recently? And I was like, was I playing this at one point? Like, I feel like there's a huge jump, especially for women's basketball from high school to college.
Yeah, it's rough. And it depends on where you go and watch the games. And now I've noticed that a lot of girls, when I was in high school, everyone wanted to be on the same team. Everyone wanted to go to the same high school. Everyone wanted to win. Now everyone's like, I just want to be on this team alone and score all the points and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't care if we win, but I get my highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not how we were growing up. We just all wanted to team up and play the best group of girls, and everyone was teaming up in their respective states and areas and battling it out. And that's like how it should be. And now it's like everyone is just, everyone's like, it's like cheating, recruiting, but like it's more fun that way. No one wants to
so much fun.
Watch a bad team play. Like if you can make your team a good team, why would you not do that? But no one really is interested in that anymore, it seems like.
Did you play with Diamond DeShields when you were that young, like when you were in high school?
We played AAU together, and then we were supposed to go to the same high school. So I was in Florida when I met Diamond, and I played AAU in Atlanta, and with her and Kayla Davis, and they both went to Norcross. Our freshman year. I was still in Florida. I went to Dr. Phillips. And then after 9th grade, we moved. And I was supposed to go to Norcross with them. But my mom wanted to live in a different area of Atlanta. So I couldn't go there anymore. So I ended up going to a different school. And then I started recruiting all my friends to come to that school.
Right.
That was good.
Tampering did not exist.
So I was like, if I can't be playing with them and, be really good, then we just gonna make our own good team over here. That's exactly what we did. And we had we had some really good players that were there already. They just couldn't get over the hump. So we brought in, when I got there, it was 3 or 4 more girls transferred in over the next few years. And we became pretty good, and we got nationally ranked and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I played with Diamond and Kayla for 1 or 2 summers. And then I played with Kayla, then Diamond went to another team. And then me and Kayla played on the same team for another 2 years after that, 1 or 2 years. And then my last year of AAU, I went back. I went on a different team with Diamond for our last year of AAU. So.
Is that just crazy that you guys are on the same team in the league together? Do you guys have those moments where you're like,
literally,
yo?
That's not anything we ever even talked about when we were young, getting to the league. It was always, we want to play college together. We can't wait to play against each other in college. And then we ended up, going our separate ways for a little bit when we were in college, and, found our way back. Time passes, you get over dumb things that you were mad at each other about when you were younger. And
yeah.
We're why were we even why was this even a thing? So for us to reunite in the league is definitely surreal. And we have those moments sometimes wow, we'll be watching Netflix or something, be damn, we used to watch movies when we were kids, at the house. And now we're at your house that you bought yourself on this big old TV. We have a game tomorrow. We finna go out to dinner and run up a check with all of our friends. It's this big life that we're both living, and it's just amazing to be able to share that with someone that you've known since you've been little and care about so much.
I love that. When I saw your post with the 2 pictures side by side, that is what dreams.
I got that picture during that game too. It looks almost identical.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's so great.
I have to put these side by side.
You're downloading the Stitch apps to make sure you get that moment, because it was great.
Trying to buzz on Twitter. It did. Because on Instagram, I don't think it would have buzzed on Instagram, maybe, but I knew on Twitter it would buzz, and it did.
No, that was perfect. And just real quick, how is the Sky? How is that? How is that transition to come to this new team? We've already talked about, you guys missed it, but we had this whole conversation about the hair salons there, but that's off the court. But on the court, how has it been? How do you like the season so far?
For me, this season has just been I don't want to call it a mess, because I'm having a great time and I love the team and my teammates. But for me personally, this season has been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I was in training camp. I got waived from Minnesota so suddenly, as late as possible. And from there, it's just been a whirlwind. And, I was in training camp, then I wasn't on the team, then I was back on the team, then I wasn't on the team. And it's just been kind of hard for me to, find a place of contribution on the court, as far as playing time and points and things. But, you know, I've found a role on this team as like energy person.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to be in a good mood. I always try to be as uplifting as possible. And I think that that's a role that, you know, I finally embraced, and like they've embraced it about me. You know, they let me be who I am. They let me joke, they let me dance, they let me wear my hair in space buns for a game. And they like, just like, you know what, just let Lexi be Lexi. So that's kind of just been my role on this team. And, you know, we've kind of had a weird season overall, and I think we're going to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had some injuries, a lot of personnel changes, people leaving, people coming back. So I think we're just trying to find our footing. That Olympic break was good for us. It was a little long. We didn't even have the whole team for most of it. So, you know, players like me, you know, I use that time to, you know, get better, get in shape, enjoy the break, experience Chicago. So it's been fun. I love Chicago. It's a dope city. Chicago summers are a vibe. And I was told
Summertime shy.
I was like, okay, whatever. But no, it's really a vibe.
It really is.
I've had so much fun. And I just hope that we're going to be able to, you know, turn this season around, because we have a lot of games left to play.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we got a tough road ahead of us. And I'm really excited, though. I think we're going to be fine.
You guys totally are. And it's like, there is enough games where you can turn it around.
Right.
Like it's still time. And that's the good part. But I love what you said about, you know, kind of finding a new role, and just what you were saying at the top too, of like, you kind of took this year to really introduce you to you, and take some time to love on yourself a little bit. And I feel like that also comes in basketball too, right?
Yeah. And it's helped me get through this, because I had a lot of expectations for myself this season. You know, I worked really hard in the off season. So for this season to play out the way it has is definitely like disappointing, but I've been able to like work through it and stay positive through it and not be an energy vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, hopefully just the way I'm carrying myself and dealing with things is going to help me in the long run. You know, that's what I'm banking on. I'm like, y'all put me through this year.
Yeah.
Y'all owe me. Y'all try to get rid of me. I'm back. You owe me. So that's what I'm hoping happens, because when I got waived, I was like, oh, that's it. They got me out of here. They got me up out of here. They couldn't even let me finish my rookie contract. Oh gosh, but I'm here. So.
Still here. You're like peeking around the bushes, like that Kim K meme. Hello. Still here.
I'm back.
No, that's so great. And I, just like we were talking about karma earlier, like there's going to be that for that team that shall not be named, but there will be 30 on their head very soon.
I hope. That's what I was hoping last time we played them. I played like 3 seconds. I was like, dang, you couldn't even let me get a revenge game in? Really?
It's coming. It's coming though.
Saturday, so we'll see what happens.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
We'll see what happens. But
all right, we're calling it here.
I'm not a big revenge. Everyone's like, "Oh, Lexi's revenge." I don't. I don't thrive on that. So,
right.
But we did beat them by like 50, so that was fun. So I was acting a fool on the bench. So
I'm sure that felt great.
It felt great, and they all were so happy after the game. I was like, "Thank you, thank you."
I love it. That's what teammates are for. They're like, "This is for you, Lexi."
Literally, I'm like, if I'm not gonna play, I'm glad y'all at least beat them by that much, because that was very fun to watch. It was very fun to watch.
But, you know, in the NBA too, with free agency, there has been a lot of movement in this offseason. It has been wild. And before we go, I just want to hear your thoughts on what team or who are you excited to see next season?
There's a few. I'm excited to see the old man Lakers.
Yes. That's my team.
Let me call them the old heads, not the old men. The old heads on the Lakers, a healthy Nets team. I think Memphis is going to be really good. They're just fun to watch. And the team I'm most excited for is the Houston Rockets.
Yes.
They're not going to be very good, but they have a lot of personality. And I liked watching the players in the summer league. And they have a lot of swag, and they're very competent. And I hope that they're able to keep that group together for a decent amount of time just to see if they can like build them into something. Because it's always fun to watch a team start off kind of like how Golden State was. They're like, and then they just keep adding pieces little by little, keep the core together, and all of a sudden they're the best team in the league. So I hope that they're able to do that in Houston. Houston's a lit city. They're going to have a great time there. I'm very excited for them. I wish I was them. Like, rockstar life, like no expectations, just go out and hoop, have fun in Houston. Like what?
Great fashion. Jalen Green, great hair, like great amazing hair.
Sparkly suit, bell bottoms.
Oh my God. He is a rock star. Like he really is.
Yes. And he did not belong in Detroit. So I hope he never says that he wanted to be the number one pick, because you are exactly where you should be, Jalen, in Houston, because you would not thrive in Detroit at all. So, I mean, you would on the court, but yeah, I'm excited. The whole season is going to be really fun. So
it really is. And Jalen was the opposite of what you were saying. He was like, all of the games are revenge games because y'all didn't select me.
Number one. Sir, you better be happy you are not in Detroit. Please stop it. You did not want to be in Detroit. I know he wants to say that because, yeah, obviously it's amazing to be number one, but he did not want to go to Detroit.
They don't want to see no sparkly suits in Detroit.
No, they don't.
Not at all. Bell bottoms? No. They're not ready.
None of that. He's gonna have a ball. I just hope he can stay.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting with him too, because he did have a little bit of the taste of pro life because he was in the G League and didn't go to college. So I wonder if that's going to help his transition. That's what I'm most curious about with this class of rookies.
I think so. I mean, it's just like, I don't know if it's more about like the gameplay, but maybe like carrying themselves more as like professionals. Mm-hmm. They were taught more of that. I think the NBA does a really good job of teaching these guys how to like be young men, be businessmen, be professionals. I wish the WNBA did that a little bit better. Mm-hmm. Preparing them for life outside of basketball, life after basketball. I don't think the WNBA does a good job of that at all. And I think that these guys with this new G League route, I think they're just going to be more pro ready, from a IQ standpoint, from a business standpoint, from just staying focused, things like that. And then even last year in college with COVID and stuff, like I just don't think he would have like been the star that he knows he could have been because of, fans. Just the tournament was weird. It was funky, but like you see like a Cade who, still was able to become the number one pick even through that. So when people are like G League or nothing, like you can still get to the NBA either way. It's whatever works for you. I mean, I'm always gonna push for going to college because I'm just big on like that experience, and that's just like a milestone in your life that I think if you have the opportunity to experience that, you should.
Yeah.
But if you have to do something that's better for your family, for your situation, then obviously you got to do what you have to do. But I'm always going to be pro college, especially now with the NCAA finally getting their act together.
Yes. That's where I'm like, now you can, when it came down to, okay, make no money or make a lot of money, then it was like, yes, that makes sense. It's really hard to kind of pull people into the college realm. But now you can make some coins either way. So I hope that you have that experience, even if it's just for the 1 year, because college is fun. And
fun. I love college.
Especially, I mean, you went to Duke. So like,
it was so fun.
Oh my gosh.
It only took me a year. Like I was like still going back like a year after I graduated. And then I was like, okay, stop going to Duke, please. You're too old.
You're like, I'm in my gap year.
My events. Like, don't just pull up in your free time anymore. And then all my teammates are gone now. So I really don't have a reason to just randomly show up. They're like, Lexi, why are you still coming? I'm like, because I miss you guys. Okay. I'm in Connecticut. It's boring there. Connecticut's boring when I voluntarily go to Durham, North Carolina. What? Connecticut is so boring.
Oh my God. I feel like we have our rankings of cities from Lexi. Atlanta is number 1 for hair.
Yes.
Summertime shy, Houston, and then way at the bottom.
I've never been to Houston. I've only seen it on Snapchat and Instagram stories and the people that live there, and it looks amazing. I can't wait to go.
It does.
Connecticut is the bottom, dead last, no matter what. I don't care.
Okay, so we have to go. I'm already planning our meetup. So we're going to Houston. We're going to go for brunch. Yes, we're going to run up the bill. Then we're going to invite Jack Harlow there.
And he's going to give
casual
private concerts.
Private concert brunch.
Yeah.
This sounds great.
Yes.
Well, we have it set.
As long as you want to split the bill. Okay.
Right.
That is the only requirement.
Thank you so much, Lexi. This was so much fun.
This was amazing. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. I'm so happy we got this worked out.
I know, finally. Jeez.
Well, that's our show. Please leave us a voicemail and tell us if you split your check when you're out with a group of friends, or if you tip your Uber Eats and DoorDash drivers, which you really should. Call our voicemail at 502-874-4453 or send us an email at spinsters@bluewirepods.com to be featured on the show. Spinsters is hosted by me, Jordan Liggins, and Haley O'Shaughnessy. This episode was produced by Haley, Isabel Jocelyn, Harry Krinsky, Alex Ward, and me. Our production coordinator is Devin Shepard, and our executive producers are Haley, Peter Moses, and John Yales.
Hello, this is Austin, calling from San Antonio. I just wanted to say I moved back in with my parents at the beginning of the pandemic and ended up roping my mom into my Spurs and broader NBA fandom. And she can't really tell the difference between Mayor Pete, like Pete Buttigieg, and Brad Stevens. And as a result, for some reason, we know a lot more in our house now about what's going on in urban transportation at the national level. And my mom and I now really want more light rail and intercity rail in the country. So even if the draft doesn't look great for the Spurs this year, maybe some of those light rail proposals will go through, and that will also be enjoyable. Thanks. Bye.
You're listening to a Blue Wire podcast. The new Blue Wire today gives listeners access to all the sports news and trending conversations, highlighting insights missed by traditional sports broadcasters. As a trusted source of high-quality content available in a variety of formats, Blue Wire hosts and guests connect with underserved audiences by sharing their unique stories and experiences. Change the game with us at BlueWirePods.com.